All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. A familiar face with a different wardrobe. I've never seen him like this. Usually you're a branding marketing machine, man. The Spencer lawn care hat, the color combos, the branded t-shirt. And, it's 7:30 this morning, and you guys look like you're going to a wedding or something. You're all dressed up, looking great.
Yeah, we clean
Shawn
up.
Spencer, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Paul.
And Andrew, welcome back.
Thank you.
We clean up okay.
Yeah, you guys look sharp.
We appreciate that, Paul. A lot of people don't know about the green and pink because we never shared it, but we actually figured out probably 3 years ago that it was really good for branding and putting ourselves out there, and it made us stand out from the crowd, especially the pink side, because, we're a male-driven industry, being dirty out in the lawns and landscaping, and Savannah bringing her bright pink and being a female in general, she softened it up quite a bit. And then we figured out, hey, customers and neighbors and stuff were a lot more willing to speak to a woman in pink. And, not saying it has to be pink or anything, but she was a lot more approachable than them wanting to walk up to me, grummy and dirty and wearing dark green at the time. And, image is everything, man. So it's really helped us lock up some really good contracts. And we're very noticeable. It also helps with safety and things like that.
Yeah, and the reason you are all dressed up is because you just spoke at the Together in the Trades event. We're here in Waco, Texas. Incredible event by Liz and Brittany Allman and Brian and Caleb, pitched in a lot too. But Brittany and Elizabeth are, really behind this, and they invited you and TQ because you literally work together. Sometimes the husband's in the field, the wife's doing the office. You're on the mower, you're on the trimmer,
Yeah.
and you're sharing the blower. So you guys literally work together, and you came off stage and you said, well, TQ, you cried. Shawn, maybe shed a tear. So what was the emotion about?
Yeah, so for the audience watching, we literally just came off the stage right out here. I'm literally still sweating from being up there. It's not easy speaking in front of people. There's been studies done, and people say that it's, they would rather almost experience death compared to getting on stage in front of people. It's that much of an issue. And I've never had a problem speaking to people whatsoever in the lawn care landscaping realm. That's where I'm comfortable. That's what I know. But, Brian, Liz, and all of them inviting us to this, we were stepping out of our comfort zone. We knew that. And as a husband and wife, we thought, people would like to hear our story. So we said, hey, let's give it a go. Even though it's not, we're not husband and wife coaches or anything like that. We just wanted to share our story and let people know, hey, no matter where you're at this moment in your life, you can get better, and it will get better if you're willing to put in the hard work and the effort. So I think we shared that in our speech, and shared a lot of trials and tribulations, and weight loss journeys, and just trying to be better. And our overall goal of what everybody wants to be is just a better person in life.
Yeah, Shawn, what's it like to have your life be in the public, your marriage in the public, your work in the public? If you basically do a daily vlog that's getting 10,000 views plus. The world's watching your life. What is that like? Because that's got to put attention on you as well. That you're a celebrity essentially.
Yeah, we don't look at ourselves as celebrities whatsoever. I know we are seen like that in some folks' eyes. Like I just said, we're just trying to live the best life we can and provide the best life we can for our kids. The social media side is an absolute blessing, and it comes with its devils, I guess you could say, or it's demons. We've about encountered every kind of thing I think you could imagine. Most of our subscribers, the majority of the subscribers are great. But occasionally you have, a person here or there that can ruin it for a bunch, and, you make changes and you move on from that. And it's a learning curve even till this day. And it's been a learning curve, now going on 4 years since, TQ came aboard.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit more. How do you handle the haters and the negativity out there?
Well, it really, there's all different types of haters. The person that just comes on and, they're like, hey, you suck. Okay, I got thick skin. That's not a problem. But then you get somebody comes on and says, I want to kill you. That's a different kind of hate. So then you have to contact authorities, find out if this is a legitimate threat. Obviously I'm a husband, I'm a father. I have to protect mine. So unfortunately, we've had to do that a few times throughout the years. Not very often, but it does happen. And yeah, you move on. We don't get stuck up on it. The biggest thing that we really don't like, and we ask our subscribers not to do, is we're out and about. If you see us, wave at us, say hi, stop, whatever. I don't care. You can say hi while we're out and about working. That's not a problem. We do not like it when subscribers come to the house. And we've tried to hide that information as much as possible, but it's the internet, it's 21st century. If you want to find out where somebody lives, you can pretty much find out where they live. And unfortunately, we've had people show up at the house. TQ had a very scary incident a few years ago, I guess you could say. I'm in the house washing dishes. My kids come running in the house, to give you an example, screaming, "Dad, there's a guy in the backyard." And Savannah's grilling out back, and I immediately grab my thing and I go out there, and I'm very upset just because, I wouldn't just show up at your house, Paul, unannounced and, walk up.
Trespass?
And, yeah, whatever. And so I was upset, but then, there was other situations that were happening at that same point. So I pulled it back quite a bit, but I was very, very upset.
Yeah, well, hey, let's do this. Let's kick it over to Mr. Producer, hear from today's show sponsor, let you get a sip of that Diet Coke. And coming up, we'll talk more with Shawn Spencer from Spencer. Is it Spencer's or Spencer Lawn Care?
Spencer Lawn Care.
Spencer Lawn Care. You probably heard about it all. So Spencer Lawn Care. We'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we are back with Shawn Spencer from Canton, Ohio. I saw you at the Hype House. We were walking the beach. We're the first ones to get there. We were walking on Anna Marie Island. Here we are in Waco, Texas, man. It's good to see you at these events. And Shawn, I appreciate what you do to the community. How does it make you feel when someone comes up to you and is like, "I watch your videos, man. Thank you," and credits you to some success in their business because they've learned from you?
Yeah, it feels good. It's natural. It should feel good. We put a ton of hard work into it, and we do it with a purpose. We want to inspire others that are coming into this business and feel like, hey, I don't even know where to start. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if I'm pricing right or wrong. And we're not the only ones. There's tons of people now. It's popular now. It's cool. So there's a lot of options out there where you can get information from. And we just so now happen to be one of those options. And it's a blessing. I mean, it's a true blessing to help others. There's been incidents over the years where I was like, whoa. But then you start thinking about it. We're really impacting lives out there. And these are real people out there. Just like our subscribers, they comment, but then they meet us in real life and they're like, wow, like you're real people, and we are the same exact way. Their situations are real. The things they're going through are real. So I'll give you another example. Years ago, I may have shared this with you years ago, but I had a young gentleman contact me at like 2 a.m. and he was talking about suicide. And at first I looked at it was through Instagram, and I'm like, I don't even want to respond to this. So I'm laying there and I'm like, you got to respond to it, because if this kid does something, it's going to be on me then, and I'm going to have to live with that. So I just responded to him. I said, "Hey man, how you doing?" Because in his message, he's like, everything's bad. I know you're not even going to respond to this. You won't even see it. And I had to respond. So then I responded, and he's like, "Oh, I can't believe you responded." So it immediately took him from this negative moment to an enlightening moment in his life. And we chatted, I think, for 2.5 hours back and forth, just through Instagram text messages. And, still even to this day, he messages me occasionally and he's like, "Hey, I'm doing this." And he really has nothing. He wants nothing to do with lawn care like he thought he did back then. And, he's 19 years old now, or 18, whatever he is. And, things are good. He was just a young kid, didn't know how to, control his emotions, and things were going bad at that moment with his dad. And, he wanted to be in lawn care, and his parents weren't supporting it, and
Yeah.
he started getting into that dark moment.
Yeah. So, Shawn, I've been following you on Instagram or YouTube for years. You are what they call the OG. You were making videos, Alan Hain, and the Lawn Care Millionaire. There was a nucleus of about 8 or 10 way before it was popular, cool, a trend, whatever. It was the OGs and Naylor. There was a group. Well, now fast forward, this thing has absolutely exploded. There's multiple. I was just watching the Lawn Care Juggernaut started a channel like a year ago, and now he's got like 100. He has 2 channels that passed 100,000 subscribers. Like whoop.
Yep.
And then Brad Bear for Copper Creek Cuts is like, I don't even know where he's at, like 250,000 subscribers. And I'm going through my phone. I'm sitting there watching commercials from Next Insurance. And I don't know if these have popped up in yours, but it's like Brad Bear. You know what I'm talking about?
I actually text Brad about that. I'm like, because somebody commented on the video and they're like, hey, you should look into Next from Brad Bear or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't know what they were talking about. So I messaged him. I'm like, hey, what's next? And he's like, oh, did you see the commercial? I'm like, what are you talking about? And then what was even funnier, like, I don't know, the later that day or the next day, it popped up as an ad. And I just screenshot. I'm like, bro, ain't this crazy? Like, they're listening to us.
Yeah. So this is a good segue. What's next? Because your YouTube channel has blown up. Your business is booming. It's a good problem to have, but it's like you got so much good things happening. So what is next?
Well, Paul, there's tons of things in the works. We're kind of at the tail end here of the COVID era, I guess you could call it. So I'm not going to let too much out of the bag, but
teasing a little bit.
Yeah, there's a humongous trip later this year that we got asked to go do an event for out of the country.
Wow.
I never anticipated leaving the United States, but we had to go get our passports and go through that process through COVID, and didn't know if we were going to get them by the end of this year. And social media is a true blessing to our family and to our lives. I mean, 100%. There's opportunities like this here that would have never happened if it wasn't for social media and meeting you, Brian, Liz, everybody. So it's just absolutely crazy.
And what would you say to people who misunderstand? Because you read the comments and they're like, Shawn, Spencer, and Brian were in the same hotel. Did they fist fight or whatever? And it's like, no, actually, we had dinner and talked about the algorithm and how we could do better. Like, we're actually friends. And I'm in the meetings with you guys behind the scenes, and I was like, you, Caleb, Brian, the guys that have these huge followings actually support and encourage one another. And I know the Peanut Gallery wants to see us fight and division, but there's actually a community and a family. And so how have you sewn into that and kept that incredible unity that we're experiencing here where we're all on the same team?
Yeah, absolutely. The way I look at it is if Brian's doing good, we're doing good. If we're doing good, Brian's doing good. We're all in this together. I mean, like you see now, you just mentioned Kevin, with Lawn Care Juggernaut. 100,000 plus.
2 different channels.
Yeah, in a year. But that wasn't possible when we started in 2014. There was like 100 people watching lawn care back then, and then 1,000, and then 4,000, and then 20,000, and then 40. It took a while to get there, but now it's totally different.
You've paved the way.
Absolutely. And we've been suggested through YouTube, because we do beta testing and everything with them behind the scenes and stuff, that we should start another channel. And it's like, I don't even want to go down that route. I want nothing to do with starting another channel.
What's the reasoning for that?
Just simply the algorithms. We're in a different spot now in 2021. So it's a lot more, it's pushed a lot more because there's a lot more marketing behind it, a lot more ads behind it. So coming in fresh and clean, anybody listening to this, if you want to get into social media, do it 100%. I mean, if you know what you're getting into, and if you want to do it, do your research, hop into it. I mean, there's no hotter time than right now. But also, being an OG, that comes with, hey, we're still working those algorithms where we get some love, but we're not the fresh, face and all of that.
That makes sense, because I had a sports channel back in the day, Cleveland Browns. You're from Ohio State Buckeyes football, and I kind of moved on from that chapter of my life, but the channel was all about sports. And there's still a video that almost has like 964,000 views from an Ohio State basketball game with my brother. And I'm starting to crank out all these lawn care videos on the channel, and they're all flopping. And I was like, I wonder, it has like 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers. But I was like, should I keep plowing away at this channel and it will bust open, or should I start with 0 subscribers and 0 videos and post on a fresh new channel?
Yeah, if you're not getting the views, I would 100% just start a whole new channel.
Okay.
Because then you're going to be recalculated on the YouTube spectrum.
Okay.
And with that being said, I'm not saying delete your other channel. Don't get rid of it. If you still want to do content there, maybe, cross them, or do, these little reels are really popular. You could throw those up there. They're simple, don't require a lot of time, but then you're still sharing a little bit of love with those 4,000 subscribers that you have there.
Okay.
But if you're really, and I've noticed you on Instagram posting a lot more, if you're really wanting to ramp it up, I would suggest you probably start new and fresh, just because you've let it sit idle. You've told me.
Yeah. I have 2 of them. One has like 600 subscribers. One has like, 4,000 subscribers, and they're both they're not doing what Top Notch and Brian's Copper Creek Cuts and Kevin Hansen, those guys are just algorithm. It's just like soaring like an eagle.
Yeah, and I mean, not speaking negative about Top Notch whatsoever, but I mean, his channel, he was kind of like you. He went lull there for a little while. You lose interest in things and, personal stuff. I don't know his situation whatsoever. And then he comes back into it, does a few videos, finds his niche there, whatever, and boom, takes off again. So it's not saying it can't happen. I'm just telling you from personal perspective where I'm looking at it, whenever you walk away from it for a while, it's kind of hard to get that ball rolling again.
Got you. This is so valuable. What are you thinking over there? We got Andrew loves branding and marketing. Get to talk to a YouTuber that's you got any questions for us, Shawn?
I mean, I've got maybe questions for off camera.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Shawn, we really appreciate your time, man, and I appreciate what you do for the community. Your kids are playing baseball, softball, things of that nature, coming down here to speak to these guys. It's good to see you, man, in Anna Marie Island, the Hype House, and here in Waco, and Lord willing, we'll be in some awesome place again.
Absolutely. There's many more memories to come.
I sure hope so. Good to see you here, Shawn. I'm glad that you made it.
Thanks, Paul. We appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrew.
Hey, you're welcome.
Where can people connect with you? Instagram, YouTube, Spencer Lawn Care?
Yeah, so, all right, you're going to like this one, Paul. We started a TikTok.
All right. There you go.
So, funny story. We get a message from a gentleman on Instagram, and he says, hey, when did you guys start a TikTok? I said, we didn't start a TikTok.
Oh.
He's like, dude, there's somebody rolling on TikTok with your guys' stuff. So I'm like, okay, let me go look at this. We go look at it. Dude's rolling, using all of our content, ripping our stuff. And I mean, he's doing really good. I'm like, oh, heck no, this isn't happening. So we instantly, flag it, blah, blah, blah. That takes its own time and process.
You're getting a lot of views.
Yeah.
Fake Spencer Lawn Care.
Yeah, exactly. So we start our own. And it takes off pretty darn quick as well, I mean, 1 month, 15,000 followers.
Wow.
I put one video up over a speed feed head, and it does 3 million views. And it's like, it's what I was kind of hinting at earlier about being the fresh face on a platform.
Yeah.
You hop in, not saying that we're the fresh face on TikTok, but it's just something new. Yeah. And whenever something's new, it gets a lot more love.
Yeah. And that's one thing I want to say about this, because I hear it all the time. Oh, well, if I would have started YouTube like Shawn back in 2000 and whenever, oh, well, I missed the wave on, and people use that as an excuse and then they don't do anything.
Yeah, that's just in their own mind. The wave's still there. Social media is getting bigger and bigger than it's ever been.
It's only going to get more popular. People are going to stop watching the TV, and they watch YouTube. They watch Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. This stuff's not going anywhere.
No,
the big ones are kind of established. I mean, maybe a new one will pop up, maybe, but it's like, it's here.
Yeah, like they say about cryptocurrency, it's going to the moon and all that stuff. Well, social media is going to the moon. I mean, it's here to stay.
Yeah.
It's a new platform.
It's only going to get bigger. I mean.
Yep, direct marketing to your consumer and whatever genre that is. You could be selling plastic bags, boards, sodas. You go directly to the source now, man. It's not like the old Super Bowl commercials where you spend $50 million for 30 seconds and hope you maybe hit 1% of your audience.
So good. So good. Andrew's over there smiling and
Yeah,
nodding,
it's
man.
great.
The brand and marketing guy. He's like, this guy gets it. Of course you do. Sean, thank you for your time, my friend.
Absolutely. Thank you, Paul.